It's Boots, Bats and Balls, 10 till 12 Saturdays on Six Towns Radio.
Quick question about Jack Butland. He's really hit the floor running this season, but what was interesting and very noticeable at the Swansea game was there was a slight hiccup, but he still recovered from that. And he took a hell of a lot of barracking from the Swansea fans, but it didn't throw him off at all. We must have been impressed by that.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to the quality that he has in terms of his maturity. I think a less assured keeper, a more younger keeper who's maybe not as assured in terms of his feeling about his own ability, then those things can upset young keepers and affect their game. But Jack, given the confidence and on his knowledge of the game, he's played a lot of games at decent level, even in this early stage in his career, and he's probably had moments like that in the past. Thankfully, as he gets older, they become few and far between, and in fairness, that was a moment where he was unexpected, but he retrieved the situation. Good tackle in my view, good centre-half tackle, so he got away with it, but yeah, he understands these things can happen, and they're highlighted more obviously when you're playing in the position that he plays, but he got over it, shrugged his shoulders and got on with putting in a correct performance after that, and I thought he was excellent on the night again. I thought it was a good away performance. I thought we showed a lot of control in the game. That's what we're looking to do in games. I think that control enables us to have good moments and quell momentum in opposition's play, and that restricts the amount of chances that they can create against us. And going the other way, we've always got a threat because of the attacking players that we have in our first 11 when we go up against people. So at the moment it's working well. We need to be conscientious, make sure that we continue to do the right things in training leading into games, and hopefully that will enable us to have a good season. I think 10 games, 15 games, you start to see a shape to the Premier League and who's going to struggle, who's going to fall by the wayside. I don't see Watford as being one of those teams. I think they're strong enough to stay in the league. They've got to have a little bit of luck with injuries, which maybe some of the other teams haven't, but they look strong enough, and I think the amount of change that they've had, they brought in a lot of players in the summer, and they've been able to obviously pick up points even under those circumstances, which is not easy, so credit to them. On the road, they've been impressive. They've got good threats, they've got good pace, a definite threat up top with the two lads they've got there, so we'll have to be mindful of them. I didn't have too much of a relationship with the opposition players, to be perfectly honest. Certainly not full-backs. I used to quite enjoy shoulder charging them into Rosette, as I used to call it, so he probably remembers that. I must have done it to him. I've done it to most full-backs, I think, when I was playing, so yeah, that was a long time ago. I've seen pictures of both of us at the time when he's commenting on, and some of age better than most, so yeah, a long time ago. Good times, but it's a situation now where we, as he said, we can't really affect the game as much as we like, or as we could as players, so we strike frustrated figures on the touchline these days, but good times, good to remember always, but the here and now is what we're interested in. I'm not too bothered about landmark in terms of appearances. I think it's more about focusing on what the team's doing at the moment. We're pleased with that. The fact is 100 games, I think, is good. I've lasted a little bit longer than the last job I had, so I'm pleased with that, so long may it continue.
Thanks,
okay.
Folks.